Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining on a Saturday morning for the webinar on multiple intelligence. Let us begin the webinar. Okay, so as you know, you all are here. We are all here for knowing something about multiple intelligence. Okay, so let me just, take you through. Before I start talking about the subject of multiple intelligence, let me introduce myself. I am Divya Kothari, and I am trained in pre-primary education. I have done my PG diploma in pre-primary education, and I am also trained in special education. I help children cater to their needs in learning issues. And any child who has any learning issue, be it in reading, in writing, in math, in verbal skills, or somebody who has some attention deficit or disorders, somebody who's a slow learner, anyone. I have my own phonics program, reading program, and also art integration programs, which we have recently started. And there are many more to come. So this is just an intro about PalWithin and about me. Okay. So what is the agenda for today? Why are we here? We are here to know something about multiple intelligence. Then what are the different types of multiple intelligence? How can it be used as an approach? And what are the practical examples? Okay, multiple intelligence. As we all know, what is intelligence? I think, yes, of course, all of us know what is intelligence. So let me just sum it up again. Intelligence is just the mental capacity of the brain, which helps us to learn, understand, and comprehend things better. So in a generic term, when we take intelligence is usually measured by the intelligence quotient. Okay. So, and on an average, for a normal human being, a normal person, be it a child or an adult, anyone, the normal IQ for the person is about 90 to 110. Anybody above or below is possible. That is also there. So anybody who has a below than 90 level can be termed as slow learners and different things. Anybody who has an IQ of about more than 110, they're also gifted children. So it can be it is there for the adults and for the children, anyone. So this is just about intelligence. Now, what is multiple intelligence? Multiple intelligence was a theory given by Dr. Howard Gardner. He was an American psychologist, and he had suggested that we have this traditional way of introducing that concept of intelligence is only when somebody just knows how to read and write. So he had suggested that there is not only one way where we can have an intelligence thing, like, we cannot term that person as an intelligent person just by one parameter. There are different parameters, different angles, different abilities, and different ways in which we can have different kinds of intelligence. So I will take you through that, but just wanted to introduce that concept. And this intelligence, multiple intelligence concept is very important. It is very helpful in the school activities and even for the parents, because we can cater to, see, somehow if we come from the traditional way of learning, we are always into the thing, okay, just read, just write. So this is about intelligence. No, there are different ways and different methods, different abilities through which we can cater to. And it has got a very broad implication on special education also. It covers a huge spectrum of abilities, and it really helps all the children when we cater to their needs specifically on these terms. Okay. So we have, like, when I was talking about the intelligence quotient, I'll just give you a simple formula how we calculate the intelligence quotient. It is usually done by the calculation as a formula. It's like a math formula which is used. So it is what? Mental age divided by the chronological age multiplied by 100. So what is the mental age is based on the verbal and non-verbal and all other tests. So based on that and the chronological age into 100. So I'll give you an example. Suppose the mental age of the child you get is 3. And the chronological age, that is the actual age of the child, is 4. So that is 3 divided by 4 multiplied by 100. So that gives you 75. So the IQ of that child will be 75. So this is how we conclude to the intelligence quotient. And there is a difference in different learning styles and multiple intelligence. Usually people sometimes may get confused, but there is a difference between learning style. So learning style, as I mentioned here, is the approach of different tasks. But multiple intelligence is the representation of your different intellectual abilities. So this is very helpful when we move ahead. Yes. So now comes our important slide. That is the different types of multiple intelligence. So as I mentioned that according to Howard Gardner, there are about 9 different types. I think that is very clear in the PPT. You can also have a look. I will also sum it up for you. One is linguistic, that is word smart. Just go by the name and you'll get it. Linguistic, word smart. Logical, number smart. Spatial is picture smart. Bodily kinesthetic is body smart. Musical, music smart. Interpersonal, people smart. Intrapersonal, self smart. Naturalistic, nature smart. Existential, life smart. So he had mentioned about 9 different types. So you can clearly see it is given in that PPT. You can have a look. Okay. Then we move on to the next slide. Once you have a look at it, we can just, I think you can take your time to process what are the different kinds of multiple intelligence. And the easy way to remember is just decode the meaning itself. Like linguistic is word smart, logical or mathematical is number smart. So this is the way we go to the each slide. And the thing is that each child or each person or an adult, anybody will have either of this ability. It's the only thing is we have to identify. And how can we identify is parents, educators, everyone around can help. Okay. So now I'll move on to the next slide. Okay. So when I was talking about the different kinds of multiple intelligence, I had also mentioned that we'll be doing a practical example on how it can be catered to. So I have mentioned that, and the examples are given here, that is numbers, colors, shapes, alphabet, birds, animals, vegetables, fruits, flowers, working people, ambition, profession, anything you can do. This is for the younger ones. This is for the younger ones. We can also have a similar kind of thing for the teens or the preteens or the grown-up children. The same concept. See, the elder ones who already know, or even for us, even for adults, we can use this concept in some cases. It's not that only a child can use this concept. Yes, children do use this concept. It is important for them because they are at the growing up stage, they are at the learning stage, and it is very important for us to cater to that. But what I mean is even the elders can use it because this concept, this I have mentioned, is for the younger ones. For elder ones, suppose you want to teach a concept which is at a higher up this thing, say for example, a cell structure or about photosynthesis to a 10-year-old. The child already knows numbers, colors, so probably you can associate those concepts with that, integrate it, and then explain it. So there are different ways on how we can do it. So before I start up anything for the elder kids, I would just like to take up a topic which you can do for young learners. Young learners are also very important. Of course, that is the foundation base. And say, for example, like in the previous slide, I had mentioned about numbers. That was a practical example which I wanted to take for numbers. So when we take a topic about numbers, we'll start on an activity. So before we start, I have mentioned each category. That is all the 9 types I have mentioned. And the first one is linguistic. Linguistic, like I said, it is word smart. So how do you associate the word with the number? And how do you teach the child numbers? So I've mentioned a few things. Like this is just something which you can do on a daily basis at home, needn't buy any props. And there are teachers, there are educators, there are parents who can actually customize it and do it. It's not a heads-on this thing. So the thing is, suppose I have written the number 2. If you're teaching the children 1, 2, you can write the spellings for the child. And you can also associate the number with it. So it's like 2 and 2. With this particular flashcard, you can do n number of activities. You can do matching, you can do a memory activity, you can do a lot of things. The first important thing is linguistic focuses on the word. So the children who grasp, or the people who grasp the spellings, there are a lot of people who may not be able to see and associate, but when they hear a particular spelling, they can associate that particular thing. So for example, this is TWO2. So the child can just read and associate. So this will also help in building listening skills. So each category caters to different listening, different skills, like, verbal, non-verbal, listening, everything. So then you have logical, that is the number smart people. So we are teaching them numbers itself. So how do we do that? They are as it is number smart. Okay. So the thing is, we can do indirect addition with them. Suppose you tell them, you're teaching already, you have taught them numbers, or you're in the process of teaching, you show them this is 2, this is 9. So when you add 9 and 2, what does it become? Or when you subtract 2 from 9, which number comes? So you can teach a lot of concepts. See, this is not only introduction to numbers, as in you're just teaching the child 1, 2, 3, 4. You can take in a lot of concepts. You can, you have these things. You can make a dice kind of a thing with the operations. You can just roll it. You can say, okay, if you get a subtraction, if you place 2 numbers, and if I get this number on the dice, I can try division, I can try multiplication, I can try addition, I can do anything. So this is all depending on the creativity, all depending on what is the concept you're wanting to teach the child, and what and how well the child is able to grasp a particular concept. So we've covered the 2 things, that is linguistic, word smart, and logical, that is what, number smart. Then we have spatial. Spatial, as the name suggests, it's about the picture smart children. There are a lot of children, a lot of us, actually quite a lot of us, who associate a lot of things when we see visuals. That is quite appealing and attractive. So children learn through it. So what we can have is, suppose I have a book, I can show them a visual. Okay, I've shown them this. Then to associate this is just a beginner book probably, but this is what the concept starts with. Suppose I've shown this 1 and it's a caterpillar. So the child can associate 1. The child can associate a picture of a caterpillar. To further, a lot of things are there. You can ask the child to count, say, hippos, frogs. You can also teach in different concepts. When you do this, you can integrate different concepts as well. Suppose there are animals drawn here. So in the same way, you can cater to the numbers, you can cater to animals, you can take different concepts, integrate them. And that is when our role comes. So this is what I do. As in the children who have any issues, the parents can reach out to me, and I'm always there to help. Because I have my own different exercises, different activities to teach not only this one concept, but there are different concepts which can be integrated. So it's all depending on the child, how well the child can grasp. So this is just a book. You can just have, like, different pictures are there. In the end, you can ask the child to count, associate, and move it on depending on how the child is learning. So next is bodily kinesthetic. So bodily kinesthetic is the children who are very active. They're always on a go. Parents have this complaint, my child is always jumping, not ready to learn. How will I teach him numbers or her numbers? It's very simple. Give them some fun activities. Make them just sit, or probably if they're not sitting, let them stand. You can clap 1, 2, 3. You just clap, ask the child to count. How many times did I clap? Or ask the child to repeat a particular dance move or an action, or jump, say, 4 times. So the child is jumping 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is how you can cater to the children who are bodily kinesthetic and who are very active. And the next one is musical. Musical is, as the name suggests, somebody who loves rhymes, music, beats, lot of things. So there are so many rhymes. If I take this particular topic of numbers, there are so many rhymes. It's a simple rhyme, what even we have learned as a child. So as children, we have learned 1, 2, buckle my shoe. But nowadays, there are a lot of rhymes. So you can have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. You can sing along with the child with the beats. And you can ask the children even to fill in. Suppose you just sing one line, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let the child complete the other line. So there are different activities which you can cater to only for that one particular thing. And you can also take in for the forward counting, for the backward counting. There are even rhymes for the backward counting. There are rhymes for forward, like regular rhyme, which we have for forward counting of 1 to 10. So in this way, we can cater to n number of concepts, n number of activities, integrate, and just go ahead with however the child can learn. Then we come to the sixth one is interpersonal. Interpersonal, as the name suggests, is people smart. So somebody who likes to get involved with groups, like to get involved with different people, like to learn, they gel along well. So for them, if you just teach them individually, they may not be able to learn. So they like a lot of people around them and they want to learn. So in that case, what you can do is, if you don't have a lot of family members, you can do it with their friends. It can be done with peers, lot of people. Suppose you ask this, suppose this concept of numbers is only going on. So you can just tell the child, form a line, 2 children form a line, 3 children form a triangle, 4 children form a quadrilateral. So in this way, you can also teach them shapes. Like I told you, when we are counting, you can teach them animals. Here, you can also teach them shapes. So there are different concepts, different ways you can integrate. That is very important. Integration is very important. Not many people correlate to that, but yes, that is very important, and that is when our role comes in as educators. Then we have intrapersonal. That is little rare for the people, like people do have, but not many people have intrapersonal skills. That is self-learning. They are isolated, they don't want to, generally mingle well with people. Then how do you teach them? If there are no group activities, then even parents have this complaint that my child is not learning, he's not participating, how do I teach him? That is another set of complaint. So the thing is, you can just give them some pegboards, some self-learning puzzles, some self-correcting puzzles, abacus boards. There are a lot of things which can be catered to using different materials. You can also have clay modeling, as in, as the child only to make, suppose, one clay ball, the second clay ball with 2 balls, 3 balls, then form a figure, whatever. Then we have naturalistic. Naturalistic is somebody who loves the environment. And somebody who loves the environment will not like to just sit in the classroom or be confined in a classroom and learn about it. So what can we do for those children? We can take them out, be it in your garden, in the park. Suppose you have a home garden, or if you're outside somewhere, you're traveling, even then you can teach the child. It's not restricted to only a home or a confined classroom. So when you take them out, you can just ask them to, go and check, like, see the trees around you, count the number of petals, flowers, all these things. So in that way, you can, the child's interest will be there in learning, because the child loves birds or loves animals. The child will be interested in doing so. Then last, we have existential intelligence. Existential is somebody who is about life smart. It's about life smart people. So it is relatively a newer concept. So in this, what happens, somebody who just likes to meditate, and it can be even done for grown-ups. Okay. Elderly children, like even elders, like, and even teens, preteens, anyone you can cater to. So in this, what you can do is, maybe you can just ask the child to close their eyes, meditate. Meditate is not just go in that deep meditation and not in that concept form. You can ask the child, just breathe in 2 times, exhale 2 times, inhale 2 times, or just open your eyes at the count of 5 and I count till 5. So the child is aware. The child is associating that counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is how the child is going to move on. So this is about the kids who are just learning. Now, like I mentioned, we even have kids like teenagers, preteens, 10 years old, 12 years old, who are learning a particular concept. For them, what you can do is, you can have different stories, you can have debates, you can take them to museum. All these things will either fit in any one of these 9 categories. So for example, you take stories, that is linguistic. You give them debates, you give them some museum thing, you give them some, show them some audio visuals, that is visuals, you are showing them some visuals, some videos, that is for the spatial. Then somebody, you can do some activity, some skit, something, so that is for the bodily kinesthetic people. Somebody who likes music can perform for that particular thing. You can have a song entirely based on it. So even for the elder children, you can cater to that. So I think this is what I just wanted to give one example. And anything can be taken. And I had received some questions already. People had some questions about, somebody asked me, like, how to help the slow learners. So this was a very nice question, because a lot of people, they just term the child as a slow learner and they don't know how to help the child. So to help the child, what you can do is spend more time in the terms when you know the child is already, like, struggling to learn, is a slow learner in grasping. So you have to give them more repetition. Any one of this category, the child is comfortable in grasping, pick that up, repeat. Repetition, and repetition should not become boring for the child. Like, you just say, okay, one O anyone, O anyone. No, you can give them different activities which caters to O anyone. So take in different activities, give that, but that repetition has to be done, because for slow learners, they take time, they need a lot of repetition, a lot of practice work to be able to do that, and you have to give them more time. And also somebody asked me about increase in retention power, how to increase the retention power. Well, that is, even for us, we need some meditation time, some breathing in. So yoga helps. Yoga doesn't only mean doing some exercises here there. Yes, of course it does mean that, but for a child who needs to build in a retention power, you need to keep that child's mind calm and focused. And how do you do that? You have some breathing in exercise, and you have some, what do you say? Breathing in is there, and then a lot of brain gym exercises. So in brain gym, for example, you just, with your hands only, you can ask the child, like, suppose you have this, ask the child to just go up, down, up, down. So when your brain gym is basically a set of exercises which involves the usage of your left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. So when you're doing that, you're coordinating your entire brain, your mind, your body is in sync. So you have to activate that. So it can be done in different activities format, in written way, in different, there are different activities. And if you want to connect, you can connect with me after the call. I will be more than happy to help you. Then somebody asked me about what? Emotional parenting. Somebody asked me, the child, I am an emotional parent, how do I help the child? So emotional parenting, yes, we tend to have our emotions, we tend to get emotional, but that is not the ultimate solution. We must have democratic kind of parenting, where we give the child some authority, and some authority we have. So basically it's freedom within our boundaries. So if you want to know more about it, you can connect with me. I'll be more than happy to help you. Then somebody asked me about, latest thing is gaming apps, YouTubes, and videos. How do I cater to that? How do I help? So for that, spend time with the child. Take them for a, nature walk. You can go out, take them for a visit. If they don't have a siblings, you can be a friend to your child. You can spend some quality time. Spending quality time is very important with the child. So these are the questions, and you can have ebooks, you can have different, take them to a museum, take them to a place where the child is away from the screen, just develop the child's interest. So this is what I had received. And for this, you can also consult. And in case if you have any questions, you are free to put it in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to answer you if time permits. Let us see. If the time permits, we can help. I can help. And if not, then I have shared my contact details are here. You can connect with me after the call. But before I end up, I would like to say thank you so much for joining in, and I hope it was helpful and you could, get some a new idea or anything which can benefit the child. Thank you so much for joining in. And I believe there are no questions now. So
Didi, can I ask one question?
yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, please. Yes, Miss Naina.
Naina, yeah.
Yes,
Naina, yeah.
yes.
Uh, Didi, while writing, while learning, they will learn fully words, dictation,
I think your
everything.
voice, I'm not
But
able
while
to hear you. If you don't mind, can you just type in the text? I am not able to hear you properly. Can you please share it on the chat box? Yeah, I think I got a question. The question, what is the question? Okay, I think you can type in the question, because if possible, I'll try and answer within this. Otherwise, you can connect with me over the call. That also can be done after the webinar, because I'm not able to view the question you are sending. Okay, so in that case, we'll connect Miss Nana after the call. I think I've received something. In dictation, they forget to write full spelling, they miss out on words. Yeah, so that is very important. So this can be done with the help of phonics. Maybe the child is not able to grasp the correct sounds of the letters. So in case the child misses on the correct letters, the child is not able to, suppose you write the word sum, S-U-M. The child is just writing S and M. He or she is missing on the vowels. So basically, the child is not clear with the letter sounds. So that can be done with the help of phonics, and give them a lot of reading practice, writing practice. It's not only just verbal dictation of SUM or CAT, but you also even have to understand and comprehend what is the meaning of that. Like, how do you decode that sounds? That is very important. I hope I've answered your question. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining in and taking out your precious time on a Saturday morning for this webinar. Thank you so much. I would just end the meeting now. Thank you. Thank you so much.